The Paper Mario series has always had a huge fanbase, and rightfully so. And today we're going to look at the fourth installment of the series. And no, obviously we aren't going to look at the things seen in-game. We're actually gonna look at the things that didn't make it in. Now, Paper Mario Sticker Star is an action-adventure role-playing game for the Nintendo 3DS developed by Intelligent Systems. It is the first Paper Mario title to be released for a handheld console and was released in 2012. The game ended up selling 2.2 million units, which is extremely high since this makes it the second best-selling game in the entire series. There are a number of things they ended up removing from the final version, like certain designs, enemies, text, and more. Let's first look at an unusual interaction that was supposed to happen between Kirsty and Mario that was eventually scrapped. She would have said this: "Wait, hang on Mario, first we need to find Wiggler's segment. Let's grab the comet piece afterward." She would have spoken this line if you used the tree stumps crab in Wiggler's treehouse before finding one of Wiggler's segments. One of the only two times this would occur is Loop Loop River. However, this is impossible as the tree stumps crab from Loop Loop River cannot be collected without battling the Wiggler segment first, leading to it joining your party. But a glitch can be exploited to collect the scrap and exit the level without running into Wiggler's segment. After placing the scrap, approach the comet piece and Kirsty will pop out and speak these two lines. They probably changed how things would go, since placing the scrap still doesn't let you progress. There are other things you need to do before that, after all. So changing the layout of the event seems reasonable, since otherwise it wouldn't really make sense anymore and you would run into problems. It was quite a logical change.
Now, along with this text is also some stuff about enemies that were planned to appear in the game, but were cut extremely early since there's only text about them. Several enemies like Shiny Spiny, Deep Cheap, Monty Mole, Inky Piranha Plant, and a lot more are mentioned. Now it's worth noting that some of these enemies, namely the two-fold and four-fold Goombas, as well as the shiny dry bones, are mentioned in the game's pre-made strategy guide, meaning that they may have been removed later in development. Later than we expected. The shiny dry bones and shiny spiny would later appear in Mario and Luigi Paper Jam, so they were at least used later on. It's unknown why they cut these enemies, and since there isn't anything about them in the files that we could find, we have no clue as well. However, there are a ton of graphics and designs for certain enemies that were never used in battle for several reasons. For example, the fish bones, a reoccurring enemy in the Mario series. They appear as an obstacle in World 5-1 Jungle Rapids, leaping in the water and attempting to destroy the raft Mario uses to cross the river, and can be removed using the hammer. They are never battled in turn-based combat. However, they were likely originally meant to be fought in battle at some point, as they have sprites for being affected by the game's various status effects. They probably first planned to use them as normal enemies, but ended up only using them as an obstacle. So there was most likely no problem, just a change of plans. Now, interestingly, a sprite of what appears to be a fishing rod is stored with the Lakitu graphics, implying that the fishing Lakitu seen in several Mario games would have made an appearance here. However, the variation didn't make it into the game, and the only thing that's left of it is the rod itself, which is a bit weird, since putting it in wouldn't have cost a lot of effort since the normal version is already seen in the game. In the files, there's also a spiked green Pokey. Now the Super Mario Bros. 2 style version appears alongside the normal counterparts in the game, but this version, which seems to be a combination of the two, does not. This could have been a bit of an experiment which could have resulted in a new variation, but in the end, the result was moving it to the bin. Now there's also a Patooey from Super Mario Bros. 3. While normal piranha plants appear in Sticker Star, this one does not. However, they did make an appearance in the sequel Paper Mario Color Splash. This is a clear sign that there was nothing wrong with the enemy, but they just decided to save it because it wasn't needed or fitting. Besides these enemies, there are also a lot of designs of certain stickers that weren't seen in the game. Like this bigger version of the leaf sticker, a piranha plant sticker which probably would have damaged enemies like the shell and bomb stickers, a rock sticker which probably would have acted like Pebble from Paper Mario, the spiny sticker, this one would have likely acted like the spike ball sticker and likely would have been dropped by Lakitu, And last but not least, a super leaf sticker. This one would have most likely replaced the tail sticker. Clearly, they had some alternate and extra stickers that didn't make it into the game. Most likely because they were replaced by others with a similar effect.
Now, to finish this video off, we will look at a certain screenshot that has some interesting stuff in it. An early screenshot exists as a placeholder for the screenshots taken on the go for attacks that use particle effects like the scissors. It features what is presumably a test battle involving a Goomba, Koopa Troopa, Paragoomba, a cut snake-like enemy, and Kamek, or maybe just a normal Magic Koopa, like in previous games. Similar game versions to this are depicted in pre-release materials. Now, we have no idea who the snake enemy is. It wasn't mentioned anywhere, not even in the text we talked about earlier. So we think this one was cut extremely early. There is nothing on it after all. Clearly, Paper Mario Sticker Star has some interest in leftovers, and some of them were even seen in the next game. So luckily enough, they weren't forgotten. Thank you for watching this week's video on the cut content of Paper Mario Sticker Star. Make sure to enjoy the rest of the day and the holidays, cause you probably know already what we'd ask you to do with those little outros.